Greetings, alchemists. Welcome to my portal. I hope you guys are doing amazingly well. This reading is all about the next blessing entering your life. We have 3 different groups to choose from. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, check out my website, which is linked down below. All tips and donations are appreciated to support my content creation. So make sure you guys let me know which group you choose. Group number 1, you guys are represented by the aquamarine crystal and also the higher heart chakra energy. And then group number 2, you guys are represented by crystal keys with the rose quartz. Group number 3, you guys have the lavender crystal. With awakened awareness, number 17. So take a moment, pause the video if needed, decide which group you feel more drawn to, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, group number 1, you guys chose high heart chakra. So this energy is also paired with the aquamarine crystal. So that's blue energy. You guys could be connecting to the color blue. Maybe your aura is blue right now, or you're also connecting to your heart chakra, your water energy, your emotions. So this card talks about divine love, selflessness, spiritual compassion, oneness through heart-centered bliss, healing, gratitude, giving love, dharma, patience, and joy. This card taps into the blissful oneness we feel as we drop away our edges and protective containers. This is the place where we feel held and seen enough to flow into oneness, where the eternal part of me meets the eternal part of you. This is a selfless state where our higher selves commune for illuminated perspective on how we share gift in life and lift others in our joyful overflow. So I feel like the theme around this is about the way that you can bring joy to yourself and others. Consider your life purpose by exploring what allows you to give into joy. So I'm seeing that there is a sense of you tapping into your high heart chakra. Your next blessing is definitely having more things and people that bring you joy, and also just being in more of a joyous place. So let's get into your tarot. Alright, you guys, so the first blessing showing up here is the 3 of Cups. This is joy, celebration, and friendship. So I'm seeing people entering your life, new people, and also there could be some old people returning. I feel like whoever returning is still a blessing. So if there's someone from your past that you don't want to return and you know that that wouldn't be a good thing, then this isn't about them. But there could be some of you guys, someone from the past that like you want to reconnect with, or that you haven't really contacted in a while, like an old friend or something like that, that you lost contact with for someone specifically, like over the past 5 years or just over the past decade or something like that. It's like a long lost friendship, or like old people returning. It is a blessing for you. So there's a sense of genuine laughter, warmth, connection, and joy in the connections that you're having with the people around you. Some of you guys are being invited to social gatherings, and I feel like the deeper blessing here is not just the partying energy itself, it's the feeling of belonging that comes with it. So there's a lot of joy, a sense of belonging that's really a blessing for you guys. This blessing reminds you that you don't have to do it all alone. Spirit is saying that your soul family is drawing near, people who will raise you up, cheer you on, and remind you of who you are. For some of you guys, this is reconciliation after a falling out as well. And then I'm also getting for others, it's entirely new connections that feel like home from the moment you meet. So usually in the traditional Rider-Waite, the 3 of Cups shows people raising their cups together. So this is Spirit's way of showing that your blessings are meant to be shared blessings. You're stepping into a season of community and collective joy. Then we also have the Five of Cups. So with the Five of Cups, this is where your blessings might not look like a blessing at first, because Five of Cups is usually associated with grief, disappointment, and regret. So I feel like some of you guys in this group, you've gone through a loss, a breakup, a missed opportunity, or something you feel slipped through your fingers. Your guides are telling you that this isn't the end of your story, it's the turning point. So there is a sense of feeling lost, or like you are experiencing a big loss and wondering if this is the end of a certain journey, but it's just the beginning, or it's the turning point for you. So look closely at the Five of Cups. 3 of the cups are spilled, but 2 of the cups are still standing. This isn't necessarily like, with this deck, it's a little bit different, but it's kind of still the same vibe. Like, it may seem like 3 things are lost, but 2 things still remain, basically. So the blessing is hidden in plain sight for you guys. Spirit wants you to see that what fell away wasn't aligned for your highest good, and what remains upright are the connections, opportunities, and lessons that will carry you forward. So I feel like the blessing here with the Five of Cups is redirection. Something was lost, something was let go of, but that job you didn't get, that person who didn't choose you, that plan that fell apart, it wasn't punishment, it was protection. It wasn't rejection, it was divine protection. And in hindsight, I feel like you guys, you'll see it cleared. You'll see that it cleared the way for something so much better. Honestly, you're going to realize that soon. That really is the blessing, is realizing what has been cleared away for much better things. So this card is asking you to shift your perspective from what's gone to what still remains. Your blessings are not behind you. They are in the present and the future, waiting for you to notice them. So there could already be some blessings kind of around you guys right now that you're maybe not noticing or appreciating, but you can if you allow yourself to shift your gaze or what you're focusing on. And then you guys also have the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is all about emotional mastery and healing. So where it all comes together, the King of Cups, this is the blessing of emotional wisdom, compassion, and leadership. So your guides are telling you that you're stepping into a new level of emotional stability, and the King of Cups feels deeply, but doesn't get swept away by the storm. I feel like this blessing could show up as you finally feeling calm after chaos. There's a sense of finding inner peace, or being able to handle situations with grace instead of reaction. So overall, you're going to notice that you're less reactionary. Some of you may even meet a King of Cups energy in your life. Someone emotionally mature, someone balanced, very open, vulnerable, supportive, a mentor, a partner, or a guide who helps you step into your highest self. But above all, this blessing is about you becoming that King of Cups. So first you become, and then you attract that type of energy. You're learning that your emotions are not a weakness, they're your superpower. And by mastering them, by understanding them, you create a steady foundation that others can rely on. So I feel like the King of Cups tells me that you've cried, you've stumbled, you felt lost, and now you rise with wisdom. The blessing is your ability to navigate life with both heart and strength. So when we put these 3 together, the story of your blessing becomes very clear to me. The 3 of Cups has joy and connection are returning. The 5 of Cups, your pain is being transformed into wisdom. And then lastly, you guys have the King of Cups, and that energy is saying that you are stepping into mastery of your emotions and becoming the calm in the storm. So the blessing here is not just external for you guys. It's not just about like external things that you're receiving. It's very deeply internal. You're gaining peace, attracting true friendships, and learning to trust yourself again. So I feel like a good affirmation for you guys, or something to repeat, are: my blessings are not lost. They're arriving in perfect timing. I release what no longer serves me and welcome the joy, connection, and wisdom that are mine by divine right. So my blessings are not lost. They are arriving in perfect timing. I release what no longer serves me and welcome the joy, connection, and wisdom that are my divine right. So yeah, pile 1, this is your blessing. Celebrate the joy that is coming. Honor the lesson of what you've released and step fully into the strength of your heart. You are ready. Hello, group number 2. Welcome to your reading. So you guys chose crystal keys 22. So 222, you guys could be seeing your group 2. You chose number 22. But let's get into the oracle messages for you guys. So the crystal keys energy is all about hidden wisdom, codes, potent information, Lumerian seed crystals, seeing your triggers as a gift, awareness of drama creating patterns, healing the earth by looking at your inner environment, and healing through awareness. So now this energy is telling you be inspired to find the wisdom hidden in those times when you feel triggered. There's so much information within our raw and intense reactions that when you choose to be present with what is coming up and peel back the layers, great spiritual insight will unveil itself in a way tailored just for you. If we could all learn to see our triggers in the bigger picture, so much confrontation and upset would be lessened. Power struggles and fear would diminish, and we would see greater compassion across the planet. Perspective and misunderstanding would shift, and the way people want to be loved would be experienced without distortion. These are the seeds for peace on earth. So I feel like a big blessing for you guys is a lot of like keys. Like you've got the keys of activation, or like something about like having the key. So there could be something that feels kind of like a locked box, or you wonder like, will I be able to open something, or just something feels like an obstacle, and I'm seeing that you're going to be like getting the key or the answer or the insight in terms of that. And then also there are certain things that trigger you, or ways that you feel triggered, and I see higher clarity coming in for you guys to understand what those reactions mean and what they're actually trying to teach you. So let's get into your tarot. Okay, the cards that came forward for you are the Empress, the Magician, and the Nine of Swords. I also want to mention with the rose quartz crystal that right now you guys could have pink in your aura, or you could really be in your heart space right now. There also is a lot of love energy entering your life in terms of blessings coming through. So first, let's get into the tarot now. First, you guys got the Empress card. But I want to say overall, I feel like this is such a powerful blessing for you guys, like this energy. Your guides are telling you that you're stepping into creative power, manifesting in real time, but also learning to free yourself from the anxieties and doubts that keep you up at night. Your blessing is the ability to create, attract, and receive while also releasing the chains of fear. So first we have the Empress. This card is all about fertility, creativity, pure abundance, and nurturing energy. For some of you, this blessing could literally be about family, pregnancy, motherhood, or the healing of a motherly relationship. But more broadly, the Empress represents the birth of something new in your life. So this blessing could be the birth of a new project, or the flow of creative ideas, or the energy of comfort and beauty surrounding you. And Spirit is saying that you are becoming magnetic. You don't have to chase what's meant for you is drawn to you. So I feel like the Empress card, you guys could also have Taurus in your chart, or Libra in your chart. You could be connected to Venus. I'm seeing that the Empress is an energy that is telling you that your blessings are going to feel natural. So nothing feels forced. I feel like you guys are going to be in a really good flow state. Nothing feels forced. Everything is very natural for you guys. Everything is like flowing really well. You'll notice money, love, opportunities flowing easier because you're aligned with your divine feminine receptive energy. And your guides are blessing you with a season of creation. So whether that's art, business, relationships, or even simply the beauty of feeling safe and cared for, there's a sense of feminine energy that's really surrounding you. And that also really resonates with you guys choosing the rose quartz as well. Like really being in your divine feminine, being in your creative space, being in the flow state, being connected to your heart chakra energy, really being in a creative space. So love that. And then you guys also got the Magician showing up for you guys. So Virgos could be relevant. Gemini could be here as well with the Magician. So this is a blessing of stepping into your own power as a creator. The Magician has all 4 tools on the table: the cup, the wand, the sword, and the pentacle. And your guides want to remind you that you already have everything you need to create the life that you desire. And I feel like you guys are actually really going to be receiving this reminder. Maybe this is a reminder that's been coming through for you for a while, but you haven't necessarily been receiving it. So you're going to be able to see your manifestations become real soon. You might start thinking about something and suddenly it appears, or you might set an intention and notice synchronicities all around you. Spirit is saying pay attention because you're in a season where your words and thoughts are spells. So this is a blessing of empowerment, no longer waiting for someone else to hand you what you want, but actually taking the action. It's like an energy of you guys like taking things into your own hands. I feel like maybe you were taking other people or other things into consideration, but you were taking that into consideration too much, to the point where you were missing out on like you actually creating or being the one that is like the omniscient power, omniscient creator in your reality. So there's a blessing of empowerment showing up for you guys. And I feel like you're realizing that you can do it. Like, there's been a lot of like inferiority, or there's been a lot of like misogyny, or just different aspects that have been making you feel disempowered, or like you can't do certain things. But you're realizing that you can build it, attract it, or call it in. And the Magician says your blessing is the ability to turn a vision into reality. So now we have the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is kind of a bit of like a vibe switch up. But I feel like the group number 1 kind of had that same energy too, where they had a lot of good energy, but they also got the Five of Cups, which is like grief. So maybe you have some messages in group number 1 too, it could be. But either way, this is the blessing coming towards you, but then also the Nine of Swords is also going to highlight maybe where you're feeling right now in terms of the shadow realm, or how you could be feeling blocked. So usually this is a card of sleepless nights, anxiety, racing thoughts. So I feel like you guys are wondering, like, how is this a blessing? And it's because you're being freed from it. So this card is showing me that the blessing isn't that you'll never feel fear again. It's that you'll learn to move through it without letting it control you. You're being blessed with peace of mind, with tools to quiet your thoughts, and with the ability to break cycles of worry. So the Nine of Swords often shows nightmares. It's an energy about like overthinking. But nightmares are not real, you know? Once you wake up, and what you see in the 3D, what you see in the physical is what your like living life is. So this blessing is discernment, honestly. You're going to be able to see clearly what is real and what is only fear in disguise. And this is freedom from the mental loops that held you back. The blessing here is confidence and clarity, and your guides are saying that you don't have to lose sleep over your future anymore, because your future is already being woven in your favor. So yeah, all together, Empress, Magician, Nine of Swords, the Crystal Keys. So the Empress is saying that you're blessed with creativity, abundance, magnetism. And then the Magician is saying that you're blessed with the tools to manifest and create your reality. Then you have the Nine of Swords, and that's saying you are blessed with release of fear, release of the anxiety that kept you small. So I feel like overall, pile 2, your blessing is the union of creation and power without being chained by fear. And Spirit wants you to know that you are not only worthy of abundance, you are the one creating it. So the affirmation for you: I am a powerful creator. I release fear and step into abundance. My blessings flow to me with ease, and I have all I need to manifest my highest path. So pile 2, this is your blessing. Step into your creative power, trust your magic, and let your guides dissolve the fears that no longer serve you. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you guys overall. Definitely comment down below. Let me know how this resonated for you. Much love. Namaste. Hello, group number 3. Welcome to your reading. So you guys chose awakened awareness compared with compared with the amethyst crystal. So this is all about your intuition, energy. So it's interesting you guys got awakened awareness and you chose amethyst. So there's like a big third eye activation happening, really seeing through the illusion, seeing through the veil. So let's get into awakened awareness. This energy that you got for your oracle card, it talks about going beyond the veil, clearing distortion and illusion, awareness of what's running us subconsciously. So you're gaining more awareness about your subconscious mind, communicating with our God force, energetic sovereignty, and growth outside your comfort zone, the collective awakening energy. So this card is a reminder to wake up. There are many levels and stages of awakening. There is no on and off switch. Keep learning and putting yourself into situations where you can grow. Sometimes we do go back to sleep, so stay aligned with your inner guidance and find ways to remember to wake up. Do what you love to keep your vibration high. This is not about instant pleasure, but the joy that is substantial and sustainable. Eat healthily, keep your body active, and have life goals, but with enough space to hear the answers to your prayers. When our energy systems become blocked or need a cleanse, we become drowsy to our vital nature. Energy clearing can help you recenter. Shadow work may also be needed if certain things are running your mind in a disempowering and distorting way. Find your unique way to connect to the divine inside you, not as an external seeking, but as a receptive allowing. And be inspired to see the question at hand with different perspectives. Look between the lines for a deeper interpretation. So I feel like you guys are having a blessing of a third eye awakening. You could be having like another awakening, so to say, stepping more into your power, unlocking more gifts and abilities. There is a message here about paying attention to your day-to-day, or like what you're eating and being healthy, being active. So I feel like a blessing coming through for you guys may also be about getting into a good routine, or also practicing a lot of self-care. So blessing is like your health improving. So let's get into your tarot cards. Okay, so there's a lot of major arcana showing up for you guys. You guys got the Hermit, Justice, and Temperance. So right away, I can tell your blessings are profound. And your guides are showing me wisdom, balance, divine alignment. I feel like this pile speaks to those who have been patient and who have gone through solitude and who are now ready to see truth, fairness, and healing flow back into their lives. So first we have the Hermit. Virgo energy could be relevant. Many of you guys have been in a period of solitude, whether that's pulling back socially, withdrawing from noise, or simply seeking answers within. The blessing here is that the wisdom you've been searching for is coming through. Also notice the Hermit, he usually carries like a lantern, and I feel like there is something about like a light or a lamp or a candle or a lantern, and that message is showing up as meaning that your inner light is strong enough to guide the way forward. And I feel like your guides want you to know that your blessing is clarity on your path, on who you are, and on where you're going. This blessing could show up as a spiritual awakening as well. So insight during meditation could be relevant. So make more time or space for meditation and just listening, being in a receptive place. Or even just that sense of peace when you finally understand why things unfolded the way that they did. So I feel like your solitude wasn't emptiness, it was preparation. And now you step forward wiser, stronger, you're more centered. We have Justice coming out as well. So blessing with the Justice card. Justice card is all about truth, fairness, balance, equilibrium being restored, restoration of balance overall. There could be some Libras here too in this reading. For some, this may literally mean that there's legal or contractual matters resolving in your favor, but even more so, this is about karmic balance. And I feel like Spirit is saying that the blessing here is that what was unfair, what was hidden, what was unbalanced is now coming to light. Justice is about accountability, about situations aligning to reflect truth. If you've been treated unjustly, Spirit is blessing you with vindication. But justice also reminds you of your own integrity. The blessing is that you will feel aligned, knowing your actions and choices are clear, honest, and true to yourself. You're stepping into a season where the scales tip back in your favor. So expect a lot of balance, a lot of harmony with the Justice card. Something about like something coming full circle. And finally, Temperance. So I love Temperance energy. You could have some Sagittariuses here. This is the blessing of healing, harmony, and divine timing. Your guides want you to know that you're being brought back into balance. So if you felt extremes overall, like maybe you felt extreme emotions or just extremities in a lot of ways, too much stress, too much chaos, or too much waiting, your blessing right now is the return of flow. So no more like extremes, extreme ups, extreme downs, actually finding that good like balance, and not like balance of like mediocrity, but more so just like being in that like good flow where it's equal give and take. There's a good like push and pull that feels normal, balance, and not like extreme. So with Temperance as well, there's a sense of patience and blending showing up for you guys. So your blessing may show up as peace in relationships, emotional healing, balance of work, balance with rest for you guys. So you are being called to trust the timing as well. What felt delayed was never denied. Things are aligning now exactly when they're meant to. So the blessing of Temperance is a sense of peace, where your heart, mind, and spirit are no longer in conflict, but they're moving as one. So overall, the Hermit is blessing of wisdom and guidance, first from within, then without. Then you also have justice, saying that you're blessed with truth, fairness, and karmic balance. And then we have temperance, which is that blessing of healing, harmony, divine timing. So I feel like your blessing, pile 3, is alignment overall. Spirit is showing me that you've walked through solitude, faced unfairness, and learned patience. And now the blessing is that everything balances, heals, and comes together in perfect timing. So this is your blessing, pile number 3. Trust, walk forward with trust. Trust in your light, trust in your path, and trust in having patience. That's what I'm seeing for you guys. Let me know how this resonated for you. Much, much love. Namaste.